Hey friends, welcome to another weekend workout. Let's get started with our warm-up. Marching in place, hand to opposite leg. The only equipment you need is a rubber resistance loop, and you want to go as light as possible. So if you got a pack of like 5, probably the lightest one that came in that pack, okay? Otherwise, we don't need anything else except maybe a mat down on the ground for some cushion, because we are going to be down on the ground for some moves. So we're going to do what we always do: 3, 2, 1, 3 rounds of cardio, 2 rounds of active recovery, 1 round of stretching. Let's do arm circles forward. Our cardio moves are going to be a side-to-side hop on one leg. I will show modifications, a squat reach over, a side leaning pull down, and then we're going to have a side-to-side hip dip plank. Once again, I will show some modifications for that. Okay, let's go back. Oof. Ready to work out this tension from my body from this past week. Hopefully you had a great week too. Side to side hop one leg. So we are going to start on one foot. We are going to hop to the other foot, keeping that inner leg up off the ground. Now modification number 1, you can tap that inner foot. Okay, and then modification number 2, you take a wide step. We're still swinging the arms, but we're just taking that hop out of it. All right, wherever you're at's fine. Just realized I never did a test from a microphone, so I got nervous. Three, 2, 1. Nice job. We're going to do a squat reach over. So we're just going to have our feet about hip width apart. We're going to squat, and then we're going to tap out and reach over. Squat other way. This is already a low impact, but you can stay up higher in that squat if you need to, okay? Nice job. Side leaning pull down. So we're going to lean to one side, leg out, arms up. We're going to pull. Okay, modification here. You can come a little bit more upright, and you can keep your foot closer to the ground. Okay. Otherwise, I want you right here with me. This is a little cardio and strength in one. I like those types of moves. 3, 2, 1. Hopefully you do too. So we're going to lean the other way. After this move, we're going to come down, do some planks. And if you're like, absolutely not, just hang with me, okay? Always have modifications. Trust me, I am not a plank girly. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Okay, so we're going to do side to side hip dip planks. Okay, so up in that plank on the forearms, we're going to dip one hip and then bring it over to the other side, going back and forth. Now, modification number 1, drop those knees, but do the same movement. All right. If that's still too much, we can just stay right here on our knees, hold the high plank for as long as you can. If you need to come down, count down 3, 2, 1, push back up. Okay? All right. Whew. gonna have my core sore. I can tell you that already. All right, friends, grab that 2 more times. Remember, at any point, you can switch to modifications. You can jump back and forth between the two. If you start off doing the full thing and you just, run out of steam, or, your cardio health isn't quite there yet, you can always take a step back, do the modifications, jump back in when you're feeling like you have it a little bit more together, right? Do whatever works best for you, whatever challenges you. Side to side hop. Keep that inner leg up if you can. If not, go ahead and tap it out, or just take that big step. Way over halfway done. Three, 2, 1, nice job. Squat, reach over. Halfway done. Keep moving. Two, 1. Side leaning pull downs. Three, 2, 1, nice job. Other side. Three, 2, 1, side to side hip dip plank. Come up on those forearms, and we're gonna dip from side to side. Again, you can drop those knees if you need to. Okay, or you can just hold the high knee plank. If we have to use modifications to build up our strength, to be able to do the full movements, that is A-okay. Man, this minute is going on forever. All right. And the active recovery round is when you will need your light band. So if you have not got that band out yet, go ahead. If you don't have a band, you can probably do the movement without it, but definitely going to feel it a little bit more having that little bit of resistance. All right? Okay, friends, last time, side to side hop. 1, nice job. Squat reach over. Deep breaths in the nose, out the mouth. We're gonna control the breathing best we can. For me, that was one of the hardest parts of getting better at cardio, is learning how to control my breaths. Once we get to that point, cardio becomes exponentially more enjoyable. That was the part I disliked the most about cardio, was just feeling like I couldn't breathe. So once I got that down, we were good to go. Not that I have it 100% down yet. You all be able to tell with my heavy breathing. 3, 2, 1, but it is much better than it used to be. All right, side leaning pull down. Last cardio move of the day, friends. Planks. All right, we're gonna come up in that high plank, rotate to one side, then the other. Done. You will often see me taking my own advice, modifying moves, especially when I feel like the movements are being felt in not the right muscle groups. It's usually a good sign to 3, 2, 1, take a step back, modify, re-engage the core, get reset up, and we can always jump back into the harder version. Okay, cool. All right, well, we're done with cardio, and we're done with those planks, so that's good news all around. So now what we're going to do is So we're gonna go into active recovery. We're gonna have W to Y raises. That's the one we're gonna use the band for. Assisted side lunges, flying W reach, and hydrant circles. So don't need anything else besides the band. Man, this plank's kicked my ass. All right, we're gonna hold that band out in front of us. We're gonna put some pressure on it. We're going to come back into a W. We're going to come up into a Y, back to the W, back out in front, okay? So W, Y, W, out. And if you have to say to yourself, W, Y, W, out, that is just fine. I often have to do things like that to kind of keep my brain on track. Nice job. All right. I'm gonna toss that to the side and we're gonna do assisted side lunges. So we're gonna come down deep into that side lunge and then we're gonna walk ourselves over to the other side. We're gonna hold it a few seconds over here. We're gonna walk it back. Okay, if you cannot get that deep into it, I want you to stay up higher, kind of leaning on your leg. Then shift to the other side. Got it? Okay. Whatever's challenging for you, friends. Should feel a nice stretch on the inside of your leg here. As well as working on getting down low. Almost there. We're gonna come down on our backs. 2, 1, nice job. We're gonna keep our feet on the ground. We're gonna come on our backs. We're gonna make that W with our arms once again. We're gonna engage that core. We're going to breathe as we reach up. And then come back down to that W. Probably gonna feel this in your upper back, your shoulders, your chest. Keep those arms close to the ground. After this move, we're gonna come up onto our hands and knees, and we're gonna go into hydrant circles. And if you're part of the program, or if you do hydrants with whatever program you do, I promise these are not as challenging as a lot of hydrants are. So don't let the name scare you too bad. 3, 2, 1, nice job. We're gonna come on our hands and knees. And what we're going to do is we're gonna bring that knee up, out, and around. So we're gonna make a circle. And we are moving up towards our arm first before we come back. We'll do 30 seconds on this side. I'll say switch. We'll do 30 seconds on the other side. And during the next round, we will go the opposite direction. Really working on this hip mobility here. Make sure that core is engaged too. 1. Nice work. Other side. And if you find that, you have a little bit better mobility on one side than the other, happens. We're working on it. Also, if you're doing any of these moves, 3, 2, 1, and you're like, man, this move is like really an issue for me, and you're part of our program, you can always reach out to Jessica and let her know, hey, like I did this, I tried to do this move, I literally couldn't get my shoulder or hip or whatever to do whatever the move was, and then maybe she can help give you some ideas for things you can do to start working on that mobility. Okay? Okay, cool. We're gonna have that one more time, friends. We're gonna go back into those Y to W raises, so you will need your band. You need to grab both sides of that band. We're gonna put those arms out in front of us, and we're gonna do it. W, Y, W, out. 2, 1. Awesome work. Okay. Assisted side lunges. So again, you can stay up higher if you need to, or come all the way down. Sit on one side for a few seconds. Use those hands to move you over. Look a little bit like Spider-Man. Over halfway done. Oh, I'm so excited for our stretching round today, guys. It's gonna feel so good. I always like our stretching rounds, but there are some days where I put together the stretches and I'm like, oh, this is just, it's gonna hit so good. 2, 1, come all the way down. Onto our back, we're gonna do that flying W reach. Put those arms on the ground in that W. Reach overhead, arms close to the ground. And back down. Try to keep those ribs from flaring up. Push that lower back down to the ground. Tuck your ribs towards your hip bones. If you're like, Ashley, that made it harder, I know. Oftentimes when we do something the right way with the correct form, it is going to make it harder. But the more you do it with the correct form, the stronger you will get, and then it will seem easier. Notice that I didn't say that the move would get easier, because the move doesn't get easier. The move is the same. You get stronger, or you get more knowledgeable, or you get more flexible. 2, 1. Hydrant circles. The move doesn't change, you do. All right, now we're gonna come back and around to the front. Two, 1. Other side, back into the front. This is the last mobility and active recovery move. We're gonna move on to some deeper stretching, okay? After a quick little 45-second break though. 3, 2, 1, awesome work. Go ahead and come up to standing. We will start with a standing move for our first move. Okay. Whew. Hope this will loosen me up enough that 2-hour car ride is comfortable because that's essentially what I'm gonna do as soon as we're done here. I'm gonna go inside, I'm gonna pack up a few things, and we're hopping in the vehicle for a little weekend break before school gets started. All right, we're gonna take those arms, we're gonna open them. We're going to, once again, tuck our hip ribs towards our hip bones, okay? And we're gonna open that chest up. And by we, I mean my husband and myself. My kids are gonna stay with their grandparents. They're gonna get in a little grandparent time before school starts. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great for everybody. If you have to come out of it, kind of roll your shoulders forward a little bit and go back into it, you can. But really try to open that chest up, okay? Hurts so good. Less than 10 seconds left. Then we're gonna come down, we're gonna do a crab quad stretch. 2, 1, awesome job. We're gonna come down on our booty to begin with, okay? Feet on the floor, hands back behind us. Then we're gonna come up into a crab, and then we're going to push our legs forward. And when we do this and we're leaning forward, you should feel a nice stretch in your quads. If you need to adjust your hands a little bit to help you hit those quads a little bit more, you can. And as always, if you need to come out of it, you can always come out. You can sit down for a couple seconds, but make sure you're going back into it pretty quickly, okay? And by pretty quickly, I mean within 3 seconds. Do not take indefinite breaks. If you take an indefinite break, you're gonna miss the whole thing. Less than 10 seconds, we're almost there. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna sit on our bottom, legs out in front of us. We're just gonna do a fold over stretch. So we're going to reach down our legs as far as we can. If you wanna touch your toes, you can. If you wanna just kind of reach until you feel that pull up the back of your legs. Whatever you can do. Take some deep breaths. We're only gonna do this until the 30-second mark, and then we're gonna go into a butterfly. Nice job. We're gonna pull our feet in. We're gonna put the bottoms of our feet together. We're going to use our elbows to push down lightly on our legs. Okay, don't be shoving your elbows down and shoving your legs down. Just a gentle little pressure here. I needed this. 2, 1, and we're gonna do a side lying windmill. So we're gonna stack our legs. We're gonna come onto our side. We're gonna lay our arms out, one on top of the other. We're gonna bring that arm all the way up and around, and then all the way back. Two, one. You can just roll over if you want. I'm gonna swing over to the other side so I don't put my back to the camera. I have to put my back to the camera sometimes, but I try not to if I can avoid it. Today, friends. I hope you enjoyed that cardio active recovery and stretch as much as I did. Take a picture, check it in the community if you're a part of the program, and I will see you all on Monday for our push day. And if you're joining us on YouTube, I will see you all next week for either the total body or for this weekend workout. I'll see you all then.